The Ringside Beer Show. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
What's going on? It's Jason.
Alex right here.
Welcoming you guys back to the Ringside Beer Show, episode 6.
Episode 6, man. Is this trucking along, man? We're excited. We're excited for all this stuff.
I still get a little nervous. I can't lie to you.
Really?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend's great. I enjoyed the fights. It was, definitely it's nice to have when you're dealing with the heat. You're dealing with all the stress. It's good to just kind of unwind and be able to watch the fights.
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy out here in California with all the wildfires.
My goodness, too close to home. How's your weekend?
Literally too close to home. It's right across our freeway, so
yeah, been dealing with that.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's safe. Enjoying. What is this, Labor Day weekend?
It is.
Oh yeah, congratulations, guys! Oh, it's Labor Day today.
It is.
Dude, tell me that did not just fly over my hat right now.
To me, this is still part of the weekend. So, yeah, it did a little bit too. Mine too.
Yeah, man. So, happy Labor Day, everybody. Hope everyone's staying safe, you and your families. Please. And enjoy your weekend, okay, guys?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Well, shoot, let's just get right into the current events. There's not that many from the last episode we had, so...
Absolutely. Actually, first, let's remind the people. Let's remind the people about the giveaway that we have.
That's right.
So we have our giveaway, the official original painting of UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, painted by Alex Murillo himself. How to enter the giveaway, guys? So just go to YouTube, subscribe to the Ringside Beer Show, and turn on your notifications. Comment done in the comment section of any of the videos. Honestly, we'll look at them.
Yeah.
And the winner will be announced September 29th. Just a reminder, the promotional giveaway is only shipping in the United States.
Yeah, so go ahead. It's super simple. Just hit done and subscribe to the channel. Simple as that.
Yes.
All right, let's get right into current events.
Perfect. So, looks like the UFC will return to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, for 5 more events, beginning with UFC 253 and culminating with 254 as well, confirmed by Brett Okamoto.
So, culminating, does that mean some of the fights are going to be at 254? Or is that...
that's an interesting word to use. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that. Maybe that it'll be like back-to-back weekends?
Maybe.
Because you know how they generally spread it out? You have a fight night in between a couple fight nights, but maybe back-to-back pay-per-views?
Maybe, but it's just odd. I saw that word. I was like, what does that mean? Cultimating, I thought they were going to have some there and some in Vegas and probably do a little cross-promotion. But I have no idea. They
just those 2 events first at Yas Island, like back-to-back. Because they generally don't have events at the same place back-to-back.
Yeah, because they normally have one pay-per-view a month.
Right. Maybe that's what he means by that word. But nevertheless, I'm cool with the Abu Dhabi fights. They definitely seem that they have some sort of contract going on out there that they're going to be out there for a while. Let's keep those fights going. And doesn't it change the time that we watch it out here? It's a little earlier.
No, it doesn't change the time for us. It changes the times for them. I think they start fighting at 6 a.m. Can you imagine waking up and be like, all right, I gotta go fight somebody?
Yeah, and 6 a.m.
Yeah, but
you'd have to be up all night.
I want to say it's mainly international fighters going there.
Yeah,
because that was the deal, I guess, what they had, because mostly of the U.S. talent or the U.S. fighters are fighting at the UFC Apex,
right,
in Las Vegas. So
yeah, there's still limitations on travel. I'm sure that until we receive the vaccine. So at this point, I'm sure it's mostly going to be those international fighters.
Yeah. So, well, we're excited to hear that.
They got enough. They got enough of fighters to put that together.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's run into the next one.
On to the next one. This is awesome.
This one's exciting. Nick Diaz planning early 2021 return. Manager tells Ariel Helwani. That's exciting.
Yeah. Did you see the video of him after his weight cut?
Yeah, he's all flexing.
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked shredded. He didn't look, for somebody of his age that's been in the game so long, they take a lot of abuse. He still looks like he can go in there and give a whole bunch of abuse. Yeah,
I think he's, it's funny because when you watch these old fighters, like he's coming up when Robbie Lawler was fighting too. So,
right.
And then last week we were just talking about how Robbie Lawler should and take those type of high-level opponents. So who would you give Nick Diaz?
Well, he's had a lot of time off, right? I mean, he's had a lot of time off. As per se, Robbie Lawler's still been in so many wars. I think Nick Diaz already has a pathway paved out for him and a storyline that the UFC is working on, and that's starting off with Masvidal versus Nathan Diaz.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Let's say Masvidal lays the smackdown on Nate Diaz again. Here comes Big Brother.
Oh, you think
You're beating up my little brother, homie?
So you think they're going to set up Nate Diaz, Masvidal wins, and Nate Diaz is going to be right there in the corner or something, and they're going to face off?
Absolutely, because look, so, and I'm going to refer you guys back to one of the previous podcasts. I don't remember if it's like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but you got to find out. But, I had mentioned nobody really wants to see Masvidal challenge for a belt right now. He lost to Usman. So right now, make those money fights.
Well, he lost in 6 days' notice, and Usman, hold on, you got to... You're telling me Usman wasn't getting pieced up in the first round?
He was, but bro, a fight's a fight, right? And that's why they're 5 rounds. And even though you do have 6 days to get prepared, you had 6 days to get prepared. So
I do remember the meme I sent you about Usman preparing for his fight, and it was some dude smashing trash cans or bottle cans. Yeah, man,
I do. Yeah, this is just my theory about Masvidal. I think he's better off making money. So just take the money fights.
So just take the money fights?
Yeah, take the money fights.
How about him versus McGregor? Because McGregor doesn't have a fight. Masvidal has a fight lined up. We're going to announce that on fight announcement section.
I would like this too. I mean, see, there's just so many.
On the same card?
Honestly, I'm cool with Nick Diaz fighting any of these big name guys. Because he kind of got, held back at the top.
Yeah.
All due to, not being able to pass some tests that USADA necessarily doesn't test for.
And that's so ridiculous that he had a 2-year suspension for marijuana.
4 years.
4 years, right? No, well, he had the first one was 2 years, and he had the second one that was 4 years.
And I believe Dana White said he had so much THC in his system after one fight that he pretty much had to have been smoking on the way to the fight. And he won the fight. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for his return. I definitely agree with you that they should put him up against a big name, so it's just a money fight. But
money fight.
That's
mean, what the Diaz brothers are, man.
Conor doesn't have a fight. He doesn't have a fight. And Nate possibly has a fight coming up, so we'll hit that on the fight announcement section. But
Conor did say he's not going to fight this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Early 2021.
So there's another. I mean, it's a tree with so many branches that you can really branch off with, Nick Diaz.
And that's the thing. If it's
Anderson Silva one more time.
But the thing with McGregor, they don't want to put him on yet just because of the gate of how much money they're losing because at the arenas.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna have to keep that fighter active. You can't just keep him on the shelf.
Well, I mean, he is what 100+ million. I'm pretty sure he can just sit on the shelf for a little bit.
I just want to see him fight, dude. I guess I'm an instigator. I just want to see him fight. Man.
Well, let me throw this one at you: McGregor Diaz, Nick Diaz, at the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, because that way you can do the social distancing. The little keep everyone apart. It's big enough,
absolutely,
and then you can hit everybody. Everyone wants to go out. Everyone wants to watch these fights live, and
milk that.
Oh, you can milk it, bro.
Especially at Raider Stadium.
Oh, what's that? Ben Stiller. Milk. You got to milk. You can milk anything with nipples.
Exactly.
Oh man. Well, anyways, we're excited for the fight, and I can't wait.
So many pathways.
I can't wait to hear his opponent, though.
Yeah,
that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, he's been training hard, so let's see.
Let's see, brother. All right, man. Well, that was a short current event. Like I said, there wasn't that much. So let's go straight into our sponsor, Ringside Beer. Take it away, man.
Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Brewed in Anaheim, California, Orlando, Florida, and Queensbury, New York, Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
And we love you, Ringside Beer. And just to add to that, we couldn't show it on this episode, but hopefully on the next episode, we have some stuff to show you. And we're talking is bangers here, bro.
We're coming with the heat, dude. First, it's this Adesanya painting.
Yes.
And this beautiful logo sticker here. And the next is, can't say.
For the next, we'll have it ready for the next episode.
Just tune in.
Yeah, just tune in, guys.
We know you.
All right? All right, so let's go to fight recaps. Now, first, let's go to your buddy, Jalen Turner.
Yeah, we can start there for sure.
So if you want to pull up that screenshot that I sent you, You're right there. Yep. All right. So he was pulled, or his fight got canceled because his opponent tested positive for COVID, and he told everybody what, minutes before he had to walk out.
This was literally like, I think, the most latest pullout you'll see of a UFC fight ever.
Yeah, I was expecting, because all the way leading up to the main card, I was expecting him to fight, and then all of a sudden his fight got pulled.
Yeah, once I seen them at the weigh-ins, that for fight fans, as soon as you see the fighters at the weigh-ins, it's kind of a sigh of relief, right? You're like, okay, fight's on. And, they got to stand, facing each other, and I was like, oh, man, this dude is so much bigger than this guy. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And, oh, my gosh, right at the last second, it got pulled. And me and my brother-in-law were kind of looking at each other like, is there anything on Instagram? Like, what happened? And so I looked, and here was the Instagram post. Says, fight got canceled. Opponent tested positive for COVID. I'm upset, but it's out of my control. Thanks for the love and support. We'll be back ASAP. Thank you to the UFC and Dana White for everything and for keeping the fights going as safely as they possibly can. Hashtag, and I'm just reading it, fuck COVID-19. Hashtag Team Tarantula. Hashtag COVID free.
So this one was tough because I went onto his Instagram. It wasn't announced anywhere else. After the fact, I think was it Fight Night MMA posted about all the cards that fell through on this one. It was one of the shortest cards in UFC history. I believe the other shortest one was Diego Sanchez versus Nick Diaz, and that was Ultimate Fighter 2 for finale. So yeah, it was crazy to watch so many fights fall through on this event. Now, I was excited to see this one though, but
yeah, I'm glad they caught that test. They found out before Jalen got into the ring with them, and possibly could have been exposed and exposed others. Definitely, it just was really it's really bumming to see.
Yeah,
that's what I should say. It made me really bummed because you see this guy, he made the weight.
Yeah,
that's professionalism at its finest, and you want to see him go in there and be a killer. But I am sure Dana White and Sean Shelby, they got something lined up for him, or they'll run it back after he has a negative test. I'm not too sure, but Jalen's ready to go. This guy's ready to go at any point in time.
Well, hopefully they set up a fight and add him to the Adesanya card. Ooh, even bigger eyes, get a bigger name. So if anything, this might be a blessing in disguise. Hey, this card didn't do so well. Your fight got pulled. Maybe they add you on to the next one.
Right. No, I mean, definitely. We need all eyes on him.
Yeah. So, man, it was a bummer.
Talent from the IE, man.
Yeah, man. So hopefully you can get on a bigger card and make more cheddar, man. All right?
All about the cheddar.
All right, so
most important. So
let's go into the boxing fight. Herring versus Oquendo. Now, we talked a little bit off air, but I had a chance to see the main event. I didn't get to watch the whole card because I was watching the UFC Vegas 9 Overeem versus Sakai. So I did watch Jamel Herring, and I watched his backstory. I had no idea who these boxers were because I mainly watched the big name fighters, the big name boxing fighters. So I saw this fight and I watched his backstory, and he was talking about he's Army veteran, I believe, Army or Marines. And he fought in the Olympics for boxing, and then while he was doing all that, I believe he was talking about his daughter. And his daughter passed away, his baby daughter, and I was like, and he I believe he was living with his mother-in-law. His mother-in-law was screaming. He goes up there and he sees his daughter not breathing. He tries to do CPR and is trying his hardest. And dude, I was holding back tears, man. It was such a heart-wrenching story, and I was like, immediately, I was like, man, I hope he wins this fight. And I don't know, man. It's tough when you hear that side because I'm like, I'm rooting for you now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're emotionally invested.
I was super emotionally invested in this fight. So the fight starts off, and Oquendo, he is an aggressive boxer. And this is one thing, because I don't really watch. Well, I watch boxing, but they're usually more action packed. This fight, I felt like there was the fighters and the referee, because the referee kept on separating them every 5-10 seconds because Oquendo was rushing in with his forehead coming in, And I believe it was the fourth or third round. Oquendo got a intentional headbutt foul called on him by the referee because he kept on pushing his head forward and caught Herring on the right side of his eye and opened up a cut.
They had to have had contact a couple times then for them to
so he kept on going in forward and catching Herring, and so he has a cut over his head. I believe he had a second cut, or he ended up getting hit on the left side, and all the blood kept on going in his eye and blurred his vision. He said he couldn't see, so the doctor stopped the fight. Afterwards, he sent out a tweet because it was super controversial. Even the judges didn't know what to call it because of the intentional foul. If it's an intentional foul, you give it to the champ, which is Herring. So what they were thinking, they were going to go to the scorecards. And you only go to the scorecards when it's non-intentional. So there was a huge boxing weird mess.
It was an issue with
their
own rules.
With their own rules. So it was like, but I mean,
well, if it's intentional,
Jamel was winning the fight, but Oquendo was coming back at the end of the fight. Yeah, so it looked like he was getting the rounds in. And I was like, it was heartbreaking because I was like, oh, Jamel. Herring is gonna win this fight, but he was looking like he was already kind of out of the fight towards the end. I don't know how much of that's true. It just appeared on my end when I was watching it, but he did send out a tweet. He says, "I accept all criticism. I'm not going to ride and hide from it, nor will I celebrate or make any excuses about tonight. If anything, I'm more frustrated and need to tighten up for Frampton. Simple as that, right?" And then I'll let you read the second one, man. So this was a tweet afterwards because everyone thought he had a fracture on his eye, or what was wrong with him because the eye was the issue, and that's why they called off the fight. So this was after the fact.
This was his response. So no fractures or broken bones, but the doctors pretty much said I had an old broken bone from a facial injury that never properly healed, resulting to the issue with my vision. But overall, I'm just glad to walk out on my own 2 feet. Thank God who stood behind me. I'll be back. Just need time off to heal and spend quality time with my family. Again, thank you all. Semper Fi.
Yeah.
Marine.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it was tough, man. It was tough. I was definitely rooting for him. I wanted him to get the win. But even he knows, like, this was not the win that he wanted. It was a DQ. So.
Yeah, it sucks, man. And, in boxing, that is an issue where people will lead forward with the head. And, I mean, it is almost intentional, right? I don't know if they teach that, but you do have to kind of keep your head down, right? It is somewhat of a weapon.
Well, the ref even told him, he's like, no more, like, stop. And then he just kept on doing it. So it was
just fighting style, I guess.
It is. It was definitely, he was almost like a brawler, it appeared, Oquendo.
That's when you go, whoop-ah!
Well, that's what he was doing. He was cutting up the middle, and he was popping him with the right hook and moving the angles.
Yep,
so
just that.
Yeah, Herring did make the adjustments to do that, and was catching him and caught him. I believe it was in the second round. Caught him with a clean uppercut, and I was like, "Ooh, the fight's gonna be over soon." But
if you reflect back to our previous podcast, we are fans of uppercuts. We enjoy that.
So yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited he got the win. I know it wasn't the win that he wanted, but I'm excited, and you just gained a fan from me, man. So
from a Call of Duty point of view, I will say it like this: a dub's a dub. All right, doesn't matter if you got one kill with the team or you got 12. A dub's a dub.
It doesn't matter if you win by inch or a mile. Winning's winning, right?
Exactly. Game first or last. Ricky Bobby.
Anyways,
on to the next fight.
So this was UFC Vegas 9, and we're going to talk about the last 3 fights on that event. And this one was super entertaining to watch because this had drama from the weigh-ins.
Yes.
This one was Pereira
Michel Pereira versus Zalim Amadif.
There you go, man.
I'll tell you, I'll give myself a beef for that one. But Michel Pereira, this guy, so I've kept up with him the last couple of fights that he's had just because, I mean, if you see him fight one time, you're going to remember who this guy is. He's insane. He just expends so much energy doing so much unnecessary things. It's amazing, right? It's entertaining.
Dude, so he's jumping off the walls, making backflips. I like this fight because during the weigh-ins, they faced off each other, and Amadeva. Oh my god, dude, I'm butchering his name. Anyways, Amadeva, he pushed or put his hands on Pereira's face, like almost like back up, right?
Yep.
And I was like, "Ooh, that one's gonna be exciting because the homeboy don't play.
Yeah,
Homeboy from Brazil don't play."
Dana was like, "That's my fault. I'm getting old. I can't stop these guys up here no more." And then they asked, do you think like the commission's gonna punish him because they contact each other and
he's like, "I hope not."
He's
man.
like, "I hope not, man. These fools just weight cutted. Like they're grumpy.
Yeah,
these guys are aggressive."
So during the fight, Michel Pereira, he was like, "Oh, you want to smack me during the weigh-ins? All right." Licked his hand and smacked homeboy in the face. I was like, "Oh, dude, that was exciting, man."
That's some street stuff right there.
Yeah, honestly, this fight was I wouldn't say super technical. It was 100% entertaining though.
120% entertaining. It was they both were just so aggressive to each other and just were looking for holes and pow, 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 pow.
And I'm not saying like technical in the traditional, like in a traditional sense, just striking, keeping it,
They were just throwing shots that landed.
Exactly. But what was happening is that Pierre was dominating the fight, and what was cool, he was just smacking him. He smacked him a few times during that fight, just open-handed. He's like, "I'm gonna smack you. Which one do you want, homeboy? Which one? You want the right or want the left? Which one you want?" And and this fight ended, I believe, in the third round, and it was by referee stoppage because he thought
he tapped out.
Yeah, he thought he tapped out. Now,
it looked to me like he was
reaching for it, right?
Trying to reach to get up over and try to pull it down. I don't think it was necessarily clearly a tap because he was still in consciousness, right? Now, let's say he did that and then slipped out. Then that to me would constitute that was a tap. But it's so hard to make those split decisions where you're like, the ref commits to it.
The referee wasn't looking from above. So when Amadeva was reaching for the hand, he kind of did something like this, very faintly though. Now it could have appeared to the ref that it was a tap. Now, am I mad that they stopped the fight? No, because
it would have ended either which way. He had it deep.
Well, yeah, not only that, I don't see it going towards Amadeva.
Yeah.
I don't see it going the fight towards going to him. So I didn't think he won the fight at all. So I'm like, it wasn't really super controversial for me.
Now, if we can talk about Michel Pereira for a second. This guy is a good fighter, man. He has some definite skills. I think the issue that it is just he's very immature in the cage, so he's willing to expend a lot of energy given a show instead of focusing on using that strength that he has in that division, because he's a really big dude for that division, and using that strength to actually, pick apart these guys and finish them quicker. I think he's willing to sacrifice a little more energy for the show, and that's great and all, but in the long run, showboating only gets you so far. You have to start, taking these guys out in dominant fashion, and not just, you can't get the Anthony Pettis kick off the cage, man.
Yeah.
Leave that to him.
What weight class? Can you pull that up?
It is 170. He called out Masvidal.
He wants Masvidal?
He called out Masvidal after the fight.
So
bro.
this
He's like, Jorge Masvidal, you're next.
Nah, he ain't gonna get Masvidal. Masvidal's way too big of a
name. He doesn't deserve that. But I like it, right? Like, shoot your shot, but it just goes to show you, like, okay, that's where your eyes are at. Okay, get a little more serious, bro. Stop flipping. We know who you are now. You made your name. So now,
exactly,
save that energy, dude. You're extremely strong. Use that to your advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, he can get into Masvidal. Masvidal's looking after the big fights right now. Yeah, I say
Nate and Nick to worry about, and then Connor, maybe even Connor.
Dude, him versus Connor, Raider Stadium. Take my money. I don't even care how much it is. Take my money.
If Colby loses to Woodley, you could even now have that Colby and Masvidal fight.
Oh, there we go. That would be a good one for Pierre. The winner of that, Colby
Sean
versus
Shelby, take a vacation. I got you, bruh.
Dude, all right, man. Well, let's go on to the next one, which was OSP, St. Preux versus Minifield. Now, I was going for OSP on this one.
Yeah, me too.
I was kind of nervous in the first round because Menifee was
the aggressor,
but he was also the heavy-handed fighter out of the two.
He kept having that big overhand right.
Yes, and I was
overhand right.
I was getting nervous
way over the top.
I was getting nervous because I was like, oh man, if he catches OSP with one of those, he could be put to sleep.
Yeah, OSP tends to like keep his hands down too. He wants to like try to create range.
Yeah. So, anyways, the second round starts, and then Menifee comes forward and tries to land the same shot. OSP is moving backwards, and OSP is great moving back. Like, he can still knock you out. So he lands, if I'm not mistaken, a left hook to the jaw.
Left hook.
And sleeps.
Sat him down.
Dude, no, sleeps him, dude.
Yeah,
if the dude woke up and he was like, what the heck happened? Menifee just woke up. I was like, oh, man. I felt bad for him, though. I felt bad.
Yeah, you always feel bad for the guy that just gets knocked out like that.
Well, that's true straight losses for Menifee, and those are his first 2 losses and after appearing on the Contender Series. So,
well, yeah, and these are top tier guys too.
Yeah, well, OSP is a top tier guy. The last one, I don't remember who Menifee fought, but he did lose that, and I remember putting money on Menifee. That's why I remember that.
No, I mean, well, OSP's just proven, he's still at the top, and he has a chance, to fight for that belt now that is open. It's not quite clogged up with the stigma of John Jones. So.
OSP is coming back though. He is he is doing pretty good. So continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Did you see he paid a little tribute to
he
did
our
boy Chadwick Boseman?
So it was cool to see that, after like when you do that and then you win after the fight, just kind of like, all right, my boy was with you, he's watching over you, and it's just good to see.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Well, congratulations to OSP on the win. We're excited for you. Next, main event, Overeem versus Sakai. Now, what did you think of the main event?
I thought it was definitely a heavyweight match. But with that being said, I expected a little more out of Sakai. Now, he definitely was an aggressor, and he was overwhelming with volume.
Well, he was definitely the aggressor in the beginning of the fight. And
Yes.
Did you see the betting odds?
No, I did not.
Sakai was a minus 400 favorite to win the
Ooh,
fight.
that's a big
I believe in the second round, because he was putting in work with Overeem, because Overeem was the favorite in the beginning.
Right.
I think it was like a minus 1 something. Anyways, he was a slight favorite. But Overeem, with his experience, came back, made the adjustments, and learned that he could take down Sakai super easy. We're talking with one leg, not even with like real technique. He was taking down Sakai. But granted, did Sakai get gassed? I think so. Easily.
Well, it's a combination, right, of gas and skill.
Yeah.
Overeem is literally, I don't know how many hours that guy's clocked in the octagon, but he has hours in the octagon. This guy's been in there forever.
Veteran.
So you got a straight vet versus somebody who's just now coming up in the rankings and is now starting to fight top tier contenders. So it definitely was a matchup of skill and of cardio. And Overeem's going to take that 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. I picked Overeem to win that one, and I just figured it was going to be experience over everything, because I was like, Overeem has a lot more fights. Now, granted, I was going to give the power to Sakai, so I was like, maybe, because I didn't know how Overeem's chin was. I think we discussed that on last episode, because we were nervous about him because he has been getting knocked out.
It's definitely a legitimate question, but now this opens the door for a couple of rematches.
Yeah. So, do you think he's ready for a top level guy, or he just keep working up the ranks? Because he talked about he has one last run for that belt. He says he wants to go one more time to.
It's kind of hard not to deny him another top tier guy. You know?
So?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't say Ngannou though.
No, but I definitely think maybe you can run back that Rosenstruck rematch, JDS, because he just took on.
Oh, you know what? JDS would be a nice one too.
It'd be a good fight. Maybe the loser of Blades and Lewis.
Oh, Derek Lewis. Oh, speaking about Derek Lewis, dude, perfect time. Perfect segue. He was tweeting right after the fight, and he said, I got Sakai 10-7 just because Overeem running his mouth. And then he, on the second round, he says 10-8 Sakai, or round 4. And then at the last tweet, he says, so far, I got Sakai winning all 4 rounds. And I'm like, hold up, you got Sakai winning all 4 rounds when he was getting elbowed in the face, bloody like crazy.
I think he just takes pleasure in being a heel.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's pretty funny, though.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's one of the funniest guys. But I think this is part of his pitch, It's just like, he's just going to be acting a fool, like, bro, we all know that, but.
You know what? I think it's smart on Derek Lewis because he has the fight with Curtis Blaze. Then after that, Stipe versus Ngannou.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure he's trying to set it up just in case, like, oh, you know what? I'll have a fight with Overeem afterwards.
Yeah.
Which would be a good fight for both fighters.
Yes, it would.
Now, John Jones is trying to get into the mix. Now, John Jones versus Overeem would be a good fight, too.
You could put John Jones against any of these guys.
Well, this is the thing. Overeem with John Jones would be a nice step into heavyweight for John Jones.
Yeah.
Because that will let him know, hey, you're fighting a veteran, but can you hang with the big boys?
Yeah, can you ride with the big dogs?
I almost prefer that fight just to be almost like a warm-up for Jones, you know?
I don't.
You don't? Mm-hmm. You want John Jones fight one of the big ones?
Bro, we're talking about the light heavyweight greatest fighter of all time who's defended the belt 13, 14 times. Well, I mean, if that doesn't testify, if
so
that doesn't literally
exactly,
if that doesn't or Brock,
dude, I forgot you're such a huge John Jones fan,
bro,
man.
I told you I'm so biased, but literally, I'll make a sales pitch for you. How does that not grant John Jones at least the ability to be in that conversation of, hey,
you're right,
I should be able to go up and fight for that belt. DC got the chance to go up and fight for the heavyweight belt when he was the light heavyweight champ. Why don't I? I defended the belt 13, 14 times. I'm John Mother Loving Jones, bro. I can do what I want.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. When you're right, you're right, man. So if anything, this could be a good backup for Derek Lewis and Overeem.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities.
That one would be a good fight. I would like to see that one.
Yeah. Or even Lewis JDS. I don't know. Just you could throw Junior Dos Santos against all these guys.
Yeah. All right. So we're on to fight announcements. So we only had a few fight announcements. Now I'm gonna pass this one over to you because, dude,
I will take it with honors. All right. So we got Khamzat Chimaev versus Gerald Meerschaert.
All right, man. You deserve a round of applause on that one, man. My eyes.
I wish I remember which one was the last.
I was like, hold up. It is Monday morning. I'm like, am I saying straight? Like, what is going on?
This is very difficult, but you got to shoot your shot. Shoot or shoot.
All right. So, what'd you say? Khamzat is undefeated.
So we got 8-0.
He's undefeated, but he has been putting in work with these guys. He has been beating them like he's a top level guy. So
yes, definitely,
he is going to get a veteran in Gerald. So Gerald is 31-13, 31 wins, 13 losses.
This goes down on September 19th in Vegas, and the cool thing about it is Khamzat has a fight after this fight booked later on in the year. So this guy's booked twice. I mean, it seems like the UFC is really pushing for this guy to, keep his undefeated streak. I don't know if Gerald's going to take any liking to that.
Was he at UFC Vegas 7? Was he on that card? He was recently. He was like one or two cards away, right?
Yeah, man.
Not this last card, but the one before that or the one previous to that, right?
Right, and he got out of that fight super quick. That's why he was able to bounce back so quick. So
now
seems like the UFC's gonna give him a little.
Now, all right, so this is the thing. If he's going to get this fight, I think this will be a harder fight than the way his previous fight was. So I don't know if he'll be okay for the fight he has lined up at the end of the year. But you know what? We don't know. But this is a good test for him.
Might be enough time to still heal either which way, unless he gets super hurt. But this is definitely going to be a good test. I mean, once again, two guys have to go inside a cage, lock the doors, and throw down. So you never know. You really never know. Everybody has a puncher's chance.
Yep.
But with all that being said, early prediction, I'm taking Chimaev by pretty dominant fashion. First, second round.
You think so?
100%.
This is another thing where, remember that dude, that chick was the huge favorite and O'Dawson was the massive underdog?
Yeah.
And experience played a key in the part. So I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna wait till the weigh-ins to pick that one. Because I want to. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna say
early prediction, bro.
Well, if you say that, then I'm going with the hype. But every single time they go, a seasoned veteran goes into the smaller cage at UFC Apex. For some reason, they're pulling the fights off.
It's true.
So, anyways, I'll wait till the weigh-ins to pick on that one.
I feel that.
All right, next up we have Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Now, this fight was originally set to take place in Fight Island, but Burns tested positive for COVID, so now they're running back, right?
Yes, this is the rebooking.
I do not know who would win this fight because Burns has been looking great. Now, did COVID take an effect on this one? Because
that is the question.
Oh, this is another thing. Going back to the Herring fight, the boxing fight with Oquendo, that fight was postponed because Herring tested positive for COVID. Now, he was talking that he felt weak afterwards, and he was glad that he had the time to heal up. Now, did Burns get enough time to heal from the disease? Or was he one of the people that said, man, I didn't feel anything. I just tested positive because no one knows how's,
Yeah, I mean, nobody really knows how COVID will affect you.
Personally, yeah.
Right, and from our understanding of what has already happened, there's lasting effects due to, your cardiovascular system and your actual heart itself. So,
and some people are saying that they felt even better afterwards. Like, they felt like, oh, man, I feel 100 times better before I had the
I feel like anytime you get sick and you get really sick and then you finally get back to feeling what not sick is, you probably feel way better than you've ever felt before because you took for granted what feeling good feels like.
That could be a factor. So.
That's just my opinion. I mean, because I don't see you it always has to take a piece from you, right? It's like a fight. You go in there, it's going to take a piece from you always.
Now, is Gilbert Burns healed up well enough to take on this fight? That's the real question.
I think so. I think Kamaru Usman is healed up from the Masvidal fight to take this fight. I think they are both.
Well, hold up, nothing really,
ready to go.
Nothing really happened during the Usman fight. So
I know.
Unless someone broke a toe or something. So don't even
broke a toenail.
Broke a toe. Anyways,
pulled a beard here.
You know what? I'm kind of favoring Usman on this fight. I know Burns was he's been on a tear lately. I don't know why I'm thinking there's going to be something happening with Burns.
I like to always pick the champion.
Yeah, so you're going to Usman too?
Yeah, and and to be honest with you, I usually go with the heavy favorite in these scenarios, which I believe would be Kamaru Usman. And I really wasn't a fan of his when he was like the 30% guy. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I'm only giving 30%. I'm still beating everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's the champion now, so excuse me.
Oh, bless you, man. I
was holding it in for a while. Finally came out. But I definitely see him being able to still defend that belt. Maybe up until a Colby rematch or a Woodley rematch. Something where
Dude, I think Masvidal would take it on the second fight.
That could be another rematch.
Well, that's the thing. Masvidal was able to touch him up pretty easy in the first round. That's why Usman made the adjustment and just called him up against the cage and stomp his foot. That was it, man. But the thing is, when you gave a little bit of room to Masvidal, he was able to land those elbows in that pocket. Now, is Gilbert going to do that? Is Gilbert striking as good as Masvidal?
Might be a little stronger. Who knows?
Might be a little stronger. And his wrestling and jiu-jitsu, is that better than Usman? Now saying this out loud, the only thing he did get, I'm like, dude, how did the illness affect him? That's the only thing. I don't know who's the favorite. If he didn't catch COVID, I would lean over to Burns.
Right.
Just we're talking by hairs. I'm splitting hairs right here. I would lean over Burns. But because he did catch that, I don't know how that's going to play effect in the later rounds because I know Usman will make the adjustments to take him into deep waters. I don't know how Gilbert Burns is going to react to that because that will be his first 5-rounder fight.
Yeah.
So
that is the question.
So I am leaning slightly to Usman right now.
Yeah.
On Usman's side. So,
yeah,
but
I got Usman as well.
I want to see the weigh-ins because that will tell a lot. Now, the last fight announcement. This one's pretty cool. So they're talking about Diaz Masvidal 2, and this will take early 2021 or hopefully January.
Yeah, they're talking about running it back, and this is a tweet per Ariel Helwani. George Masvidal versus Nathan Diaz 2 has been offered and is being discussed. But it wouldn't be for the same night as Usman Burns, as TMZ reported. It would be for the January pay-per-view. No chance these two would agree to be the co-main event anyway. All parties interested, but have not signed yet.
And yeah, there's no way. Dude, this fight is way bigger than Burns and Usman.
100%.
Way bigger.
So
there's no way that would be a co-main event. And I'm glad they have it for 2021. Start off the year so much better. You know what? What's that Back in the Future meme where they're saying, "Do not go to 2020.
Do not go to 20," and it was like a DeLorean was all exploded. Definitely, this is what I like to see. You know, I had mentioned off camera, and I've mentioned on camera as well. I would prefer Masvidal to take these big names, these money fights.
Yeah,
this is definitely a money fight, right? It's something that we
huge
would all
money
tune in
fight.
for. We want to see. I know I watch every Nathan Diaz fight, man. This guy's the coolest, bro. So,
well, he's repping Cali, so
and Stockton.
we got to rep Cali now.
He's the original person that slaps foos.
Now, both of these guys are they're both my favorite fighters. Masvidal, I mean, this is aggression, his street vibe. I mean, like, dude, I F's with Masvidal, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And Nate Diaz, he reps Cali. We're from Cali. I'm rocking with Nate Diaz all day. So,
yep. We all know why I enjoy Nathan Diaz.
Yeah. Can Nate Diaz make the adjustments on the second fight and possibly make the win? That one's going to be tough. But you know what? Regardless, January 2021, come out with this big pay-per-view. Start off the year right.
Well, you know, if the doctor didn't stop that fight,
oh, dude, this
first
is
time.
Well, that's the thing. They fought in New York. New York is brand new to the game.
They're extremely conservative.
Don't even get me started.
When it comes
Do
down
not
to,
even get me started because
yeah, I'm not a fan of New York.
that should have been in Vegas. Hopefully, this one is in Vegas. I'm hoping they can get a bigger arena. Hopefully,
start letting fans in,
or have it in a Fight Island. Do not take this to New York. They are so brand new to the game. They will stop a fight for a broken nail. I'm just saying.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, well, that's exciting. Those are the fight announcements, and that's a huge fight announcement, in my opinion. Anyways,
super pumped.
Well, let's get into the fights this week, guys. So it's what is it? Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day.
What's Labor Day today?
This right here, dude.
So this is for Friday. The Friday fights, we have Bare Knuckle FC 12.
Yes. Alves versus Baroni, and Lombard versus Grove. That's the co-main event. Dude, this is awesome. I can't wait for Friday.
It's Alvarez first fight, and I believe this is the Bare Knuckle just came out with their own app. I believe it's $4.99, and you can watch all the fights.
Yes.
So
$4.99, dude. That's like chump change.
Well, that's like ESPN Plus. They actually they took the same price as ESPN. So
yeah,
if you guys want to check that out, that's on BKFC, the app.
And Alvis is just brand new to BKFC, so let's see what he does in his first fight.
Yeah, this will be his first
fight.
fight.
Main event.
Hector Lombard's second fight, because he did headline, believe the fight right before all this stuff happened.
These guys are all former UFC fighters, right?
Exactly.
Not all of them, but
Hector Lombard is, yeah.
And Alvis too.
And Alvis too, but yeah, he fought for the title. I believe he fought GSP once. So
sick.
And then continuing that night, if you guys want to watch some Bellator MMA, Davis versus Machida 2.
Yeah, so they're running it back. I'm a big Machida fan, except when he's fighting John Jones, of course.
Yeah.
When John Jones straight put him to sleep, standing up. But anyways,
you just want to throw that out there, huh?
I just have to remind the people, of Machida's legacy and, who John is. But anyways, that's on September 11th, 10 p.m., 9 Central, and that's live on Paramount and DAZN. So if you guys have those apps, definitely tune in.
Who do you got in that fight?
Machida.
You got Machida? I got Davis on that fight. You know what? I met Davis at the forum. Super nice guy, man. And again, I mean, he is a stocky dude, but meeting these fighters, I'm like, I don't know why I'm thinking they're like 6'12" and stuff.
Once again, dude, you're not the shortest guy on the planet, man. We're not the shortest kind of guy.
I don't know why, man. You see these fighters, I'm like, oh man, these guys are like Superman. They're all, like you look. I don't know. I see them in a different way, and I meet them in person, and I'm like, man.
They're just big and buff like this way.
Super nice guy, though. Super nice guy. Met him, took a photo with him. Cool dude, man.
That's awesome.
The co-main event is Kat Zingano, and I believe it's Holloway, the girl's name.
Yeah, Holloway. Yeah, sweet, dude. I'm so excited for Kat Zingano. So she's ready to bounce back after everything that she's been through. And if you don't know, go look through her Instagram page, and you'll see just the amount of stuff that she's been through. But with all that being said, I'm a big Kat Zingano fan. I just want to see her, knock the lights out of this chick.
And then there's a thing on ESPN Plus. I believe it was Ronda Rousey and Kat Zingano talking kind of everything that's been going on with Rousey's life and Kat Zingano's life, because they kind of go hand in hand, and they both showed respect for each other. They both like each other. And, Yeah, I would say check it out because Cat Zingano is a
It's on
cool
ESPN
person.
Plus?
And it's funny, Rousey versus Cat Zingano, me and my brother, that was the first time we had floor seats to that fight.
Wow.
And totally different experience. And if you're a fight fan, I mean, all right, you go to the nosebleeds, you get a different vibe up there. All right, everyone.
It's more of the fan vibe.
Well,
you're vibing with the fans.
Well, this is the way I'm seeing it. You got the nosebleeds. Everyone is pounding.
Yes.
So
hopefully they're drinking ringside beer.
Well, I mean, there's no ringside beer yet at the arenas, but I'm just saying, hopefully we'll get there. We're going to get there soon.
Goal.
2021, there's some big stuff happening, and we can't say, but big stuff happening. You go to the nosebleeds, everyone's, drinking, everyone's pounding the beers, and you'll see some fights pop off. If you ever been in nosebleeds, you'll see some fights pop off in the arena.
They do.
Mid-tier people, or mid-tier level of the arena, everyone's, it's kind of like a mixture of both. Of the floor seats, and if you're on the floor seats, you are super invested. There's never really anything pops off on the floor seats. You have fighters there, you have celebrities, you have so much security on the floor section. Middle section is kind of in between. You have the super diehard fans, and then you have some of the nosebleed people coming down. Rarely are there any fights in the mid tier. Nosebleeds, I'm just saying, you better know how to fight because some stuff might be popping off left and right.
Or don't be drunk.
Yeah. So anyways, we saw the Cat Zingano fight, Ronda Rousey. It did only last 13 seconds, but it was exciting experience. And if I'm not mistaken, Machida was on that card too. He was the co-main event.
Probably was. See, this guy's been fighting for a long time.
Yeah. So exciting to see that fight. So that's Friday. Now we're going on to Saturday, September 12th, and we're going to start off with the boxing fights. And this is going to be on ESPN Plus, Top Rank. And I believe the main card, the Mean Machine versus Zusik got pulled. And now the main event is Moraga versus Gonzalez, dude.
So the Mean Machine versus Zuski is no longer fighting.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that one
got pulled.
I'm thinking it got pulled. COVID.
So the featherweight should be the main event.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, if you guys like boxing, definitely tune in to whatever fights that they're offering. This is cool to see. It looks like there's some title contenders there, so want to see maybe if these guys can really make a name for themselves.
Yeah, and if you guys are having, if you guys have friends over or whatever, and they're boxing heads, because trust me, I have some friends that are just pure boxing fans, and I side with more MMA, UFC. So you can with ESPN Plus, you can have them side by side. If they're running at the same time, you can put them both on, multicast that. Yeah, so that will be the boxing event, Top Rank on ESPN Plus, and then we have Watterson versus Hill. Now this was not the original main event.
It was not.
It was Glover Teixeira versus Santos, right?
Yes.
Thiago Santos. Glover Teixeira tested positive for COVID, so they had to pull the main event.
Yep.
Michelle Watterson versus Hill became the main event, which is awesome because
could have been the main event to begin with.
Hill and Watterson, I don't know if you've been following their social media. They've been kind of going back and forth.
They've been having a little back and forth.
Now, I don't want to hit this, but it's kind of like what's going on right now. Left and right. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So
100%. It's getting a little political.
Now, yes, I was just going to go into that because Hill saw something on Watterson's page. Now, you can go on there and see it. But Hill was like, I'm going to beat your ass for that. Like and what's crazy about Hill, she's getting freaking really good. Angela Hill is getting really, really good. Her striking,
she's a legit contender to that belt.
Yeah. Now this is where I'm getting nervous because Washington is a vet in this sport, and Hill is also semi of a vet, I would say, but she is coming up. She has made improvements, and she is looking really good.
She's on a heater.
So now I'm super biased because I worked on Michelle Watterson's Fight Mom documentary series. Well, I worked on the graphics for it, so
that's why I'm a little biased as well.
So I'm kind of leaning over Watterson. I am hoping she pulls a fight, but this one's going to be a real test for both these fighters because Watterson's been in the game, and then she has multiple title opportunities, but hasn't gotten the belt yet. Now, and especially now that they're now emotionally invested into hurting one another. Yeah, I think it's more Hill towards Watterson because Watterson is just like, what? She's super sweet and nice.
Yeah, but once somebody brings that animosity to you, you kind of have to match it. Yeah, so she always talking about she brings out the mama bear in her, and
I know you'll know this when you'll have when you get your whenever you have kids and stuff.
One day,
you do not mess with the family. Like there's a saying that you don't mess with the family, man, because dude, I'm telling you, Dad, once you have kids, you will do anything. Once you're a mom, you will do anything. And I understand when Michelle Waterson says that, like the mama bear comes out, I'm like, that's a different animal when you deal with. Like there's a different vibe when you get that beast inside, that parent beast in you, you know?
Yeah, I can only imagine, but I have an idea.
Yeah, so anyways, well, that's the September 12th cards. And I want to add to that because Julia Avila will be on that card. If you guys do not know her, she is... Oh my God, let's find the line. So I have a big family. My cousin's husband is her cousin.
Cool. So
we got some
related.
We got some family, some distant family. So I'm pulling for Julia Avila. She's a beast. The Raging Panda. If you guys do not know her, watch her fight. I am rooting for her. I'm gonna be putting some cheddar on her. I believe she's fighting Eubanks, and we talked about
Eubanks. Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever seen an aggressive panda, but you should definitely YouTube that.
Dude,
it's kind of scary.
Dude, she is doing really, really good in the UFC. And I don't know what her actual title is. Well, she is also, I don't want to say oh my gosh, paleontologist? Well, what do you call the people that look at the earth?
I don't know.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to have it. It's not a paleontologist. Anyways, God.
Anthropologist?
It's so hard, man. This is not even my field, so I don't even know why I brought it.
Anyways,
I was just leaning over, so like she has a degree and she's super smart.
Educated.
And she does fighting for fun. She doesn't even need fighting. That's the crazy shit.
That is crazy.
So,
yeah, that's super crazy.
So I'm like, dude, she's doing it for fun and she's ripping through girls left and right. So I'm like, you know what? I'm pulling for Julia. Yeah. Family. Even distant family, bro. I'm repping for her, bro. Straight up. So, yeah, I'm excited for that for card, man. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't get pulled because we were going for our boy Dalen Turner as well, and his fight got pulled. So, Julia,
Never know in today's day.
Yo,
but
watch, I freaking just jinxed it too, man.
Dude, I know.
Anyways, well, that was it for our fight announcements. We hope you guys enjoyed the fights this weekend.
Yes.
And once again, we are having an art giveaway, guys. Well, this is going to be giving away this 8x10 Israel Adesanya painting.
I don't want it myself.
Well, you can enter and hit done. That's simple as that.
I feel like that would be unfair.
Now hit them. How do you enter, man?
Man, this is how you guys enter. So please go to youtube.com and search the Ringside Beer Show. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and right next to it, go ahead and turn on your notifications. Right after that, just comment done on any of the videos. What we're going to do is look through all of them and submit everybody who has participated. And from there, we're going to announce the winner on September 29th, 2020. Just a reminder as well, the promotional giveaway only ships within the United States, guys.
Yeah, and whoever wins that, congratulations. We'll ship that right away.
Yeah, it'll be at your house ASAP.
And this will be right after the Adesanya Costa fight, like immediately afterwards. I
can't wait to see the next one that you paint. Well, besides the Grasso one, because I know you said that you're going to paint.
Yeah, so I'm finishing up my Triple G painting. I'm still finishing that one up. Then it's going to be Alexa Grasso. But obviously, the next big fight is on October. It will be Khabib versus Gaethje. So, are you going to be joining that one too? Are you going to be doing a painting or what?
I'm going to give it a try.
You're going to give it the good old college try?
I mean, the first one I tried just wasn't the best, so I'm going to give it another try.
So, I will be painting Khabib. I'll be painting the champions. And then, I think it'd be really cool doing some like street artists, more what do you call it? Abstract. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's definitely going to be professional and amateur. So I just want you guys to know. But definitely, I'm going to give it an honest college try.
I would say it's more like, because I have my own style. I paint black and white portraits. That's been my style lately. And he does more of a obey style, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I don't know what that... Definitely more like stencil, I guess. Yeah. Would be more.
Anyways, you know what? I'm pretty sure someone's going to love it, and it's for free, man. We'll give it away
It'll be free.
So, either ways, we appreciate all the support from everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mama, your grandma, your brothers, your sisters, everybody.
Mamas and grandmas tend to love me. I'm very nice. Once again, guys, please just, help us along. Share to all your social media. We're growing with you guys as well, and we just want to say thank you once again.
Thank you, guys. Well, we love you. All right, on to the next one, guys.
Ringside
Peace.
Beer Show.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.
Be ringside.
Love you guys. Be it.